Hello everyone, welcome to the video. So, you want to use a controller for Once Human, huh? Well, this might be the video for you then. You can do it, but there are some steps that I took to get it to work. Now, I prefer to use keyboard and mouse, but I understand there's a lot of you out there who would prefer to use a controller, and there's no controller support at present. So, both the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller and the Xbox Elite Pro Controller 2 were tested to make this video, because I have both of them. So these are the steps that you need to take to try and get it to work. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So the first thing you need to do is open up Steam, and then you go to Steam, Settings, and then Controller. Now when you're in here, you'll see all of the different controller settings. Now I main Xbox controller on the PC, so mine's set up really for the Xbox controller. But you can see here the controller name. Now I didn't have that previously when I first started on this journey, so I had to install the extended feature support driver. So I installed that. That does require a restart of the PC, so just bear that in mind. So if you're using an Xbox One Elite controller, whatever, then you might want to do this. The other settings that I had to change was I ticked, obviously we'll turn this one, enabled the Steam input for Xbox controllers, and I also enabled the Steam input for generic controllers. Now I don't know if you need to do that, but I did it, so I thought I'd share that with you anyway. And as you can see here, we've got the PlayStation controller support, enable in games without support. So for the PlayStation controller, which I'll connect up and show you in a minute, you need to have that one enabled as well. Now I do have a Switch Pro controller, but I haven't tested it with that. But if I get enough people moaning at me in the chat, then I might actually test it with that one as well. But there you go. So once you've done all those settings, you can then exit that. Now here's the kicker. You need to run Steam in admin mode. So what you would need to do is close Steam completely, go to your task manager, and then once that comes up, kill the Steam client by right clicking out, go end task, gone. So that's killed Steam. Now, as I say, you need to run it as admin. I never recommend running any application as admin because it gives it more permissions than it actually needs to. So take care of this, but if you're desperate to play Once Human with a controller, then you'll need to do this. It was the only way that I could get it to work. So what you need to do is right click on Steam and then do run as admin. So now, yeah, Steam is running with extra permissions. So now go to your library, go to Once Human, and you should have seen this already, but yeah, if your controller's plugged in and it's detected by Steam, you should see this. Now go into view controller settings, and you can see here, this should say disable Steam input because it's enabled. There are community settings or configs that you can go in and look for. Go to the community, there's quite a few Once Human ones here. I chose the one by Nick Brock 11, and that seems to be okay, but bear in mind I am a keyboard and mouse player, so you're going to have to test this yourself to see if it suits you. But a key message really is that you can edit your layouts anyway, so you can pick this one and say, well actually I want a different button to do sprint, so I'm going to change it. So you can set that up, but this is just about getting you set up in the first place. So once all that's done and you've selected your config, your button layout, click back and then click play. Got my controller in my hand, it's the Xbox controller. So you can see if it's working, I'm using the right stick to move that now. Okay. So Once Human, I just pressed A on the Xbox controller. I'm just going to take the mouse over to enter game, and then I'm going to hit right trigger, because right trigger I think is the go button, and then it will load into your game, and there we go. So I'm using the left stick to move around, I'm using the right stick to move the camera, left trigger to aim, right trigger to fire. If you go, you've got a D-pad, up opens up the menu, and then you can use your mouse to go and select, use the right stick, which moves the mouse to select things. Again, right trigger. And then the left on the D-pad does your Q, which is your click your fingers. Right on the D-pad turns the light on. Down on the D-pad puts you into build mode. So pretty much most of the things that, that was left stick click that brought that up. Now I would prefer that probably to be run or sprint. I don't know what sprint is. What's sprint going to be? So we can see if we can find what sprint is. Oh, so X is jump. There doesn't seem to be a sprint. So yeah, so it kind of works. You could mess around with the button settings. What else haven't I pressed that might be run? Shoulder button. Shoulder button cycles through the weapons. It doesn't look like you can run in the current setup. So there you go. Well, that's the Xbox one. Now I'm gonna hot swap the controller to see if it works by plugging in the PlayStation one. So I'm gonna plug in the PlayStation one now and see if it works. Yes, it has. It's worked. Although the sound stopped for some reason. I've lost sound. But yeah, that's the mouse I'm using right now. So again, it's left trigger to aim. Oh, and this one, if you press down on the left stick, it's running. And then I've got, that was the right stick button. It's just doing a fire. Again, shoulder buttons are switching between the weapons. Up on the D-pad is loading the crossbow. Right on the D-pad is changing the weapon and reloading it. Down on the D-pad. So yeah, okay. So then left is also heal. So I think like up, down, left, and right is 1, 2, 3, and 4. How do I get into the menu? So that was the start button. That's a select button brings up the radial, and then you can go into here, and then obviously you use the right stick to move around. So I'm kind of exploring this with you guys because, as I say, I use keyboard, so I've not really messed about with this much. But it's right trigger to select, I believe. Yeah, there you go. So you can. It's a bit fiddly, but it seems to work. So yeah, that's the PlayStation controller. I'm now going to hot swap the PlayStation controller back for the Xbox One. There we go, and that's hot swapped over. And there you go. Now you could use both, I suppose. So I'm using now mouse and it's the running that's the problem. Oops. Feels weird using both. But it works. It works fine. So there you go. It's just the run on the Xbox One as default doesn't seem to be working right now. So there you go. You can use a Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller to play Once Human. That should give you a quick idea on how to get to the settings to set it all up. You may just need to mess around with those settings to get it to where you like it. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to do the YouTube things, the likes and the subs. It'll be much appreciated to help the channel grow. But anyway, you have a wonderful day. Take care. Catch you later.